Hey everybody, and welcome back to Happily Hester After. So as you can see from the title, I have a somewhat awkward but very real and very necessary topic to talk to you all about today, and that is sex. This is kind of more geared towards women, especially women whose their husband's libido is higher than theirs and they're just trying to figure out how to bridge the gap. I'm not, I can't really speak much from the other side, but I know about this side. And what I mean by that is, say you're married and your husband, the way his libido works is he can have sex twice a day, every day, and be fine. But yours is more like, maybe once a day or once every other day. It's not quite up there. And so this is just talking about kind of meeting halfway, because oftentimes men will try to dampen down those desires that they have for us to make us feel comfortable. And just the way that they're sacrificing for us, we need to sacrifice for them. So this is something that I have researched a lot, like looking up, trying to figure out ways to handle this, because it happens and it's nothing to feel ashamed about, it's nothing to feel embarrassed about. It just, that's just how it is. And especially when you haven't had sex before you get married, it's kind of hard to, it's like, I think part of you kind of knows, you know how sexual you are, but when you actually start having sex and everything, it does kind of put a different perspective on things, because it could hurt. For me, it hurt. It hurt, especially when we first got married. And now it doesn't hurt as much or as often, especially if we're consistent with it. But that does happen, and that's stuff you wouldn't know about until you start having sex. So anyway, basically just talking about some of my top tips to help boost that libido. I'm not an expert, I'm not perfect at this. This is really not only just for you all, but this video is for me too. And showing all of us, that we need to at least try to meet our husbands halfway. So one of the things that helped me that was kind of unconventional, I was researching online about libido boosting foods, and chai tea popped up, and I was like, oh, I like chai tea, like the vanilla spice chai tea. So I tried that, and it was good because it was nice and warm, and so it made my belly warm. And I don't know about y'all, but it's awkward for me to get in the mood when I'm cold, because I'm just like, I'm cold, don't touch me, leave me alone, I want to go sleep. So that warmed me up, and then also that spice that's in there is kind of like, ooh la la, let's be spicy. So that helps. I like to read romance novels to kind of try to get myself in that romance place. I don't know if anybody else deals with this, but sometimes when you're living your everyday life, you're going to work, cooking, doing whatever, you're not really feeling very sexy. And sometimes reading just love stories of other people falling in love and being attracted to each other, it kind of helps to bring you back to that place, like, oh, that's how I feel about my boo. So reading romance novels helps. Another big one that's kind of awkward sounding but is actually very effective is prayer. I know it sounds crazy, believe me, because somebody said it to me and I was like, you tripping. But I tried it, and it has actually been working a lot. And like I said, I know it sounds awkward to just be like, oh God, can you please make me want to have sex? Like, oh my God. But I'll literally be like, Lord, give me the desire. I know my husband, he been having that look in his eye lately. He been acting a little snappy. So, give me the desire. Take away the pain that I might feel. Let this thing be smooth sailing. And it's actually been pretty effective. And I try to pray that, especially when I know I'm not feeling it. When I'm feeling it, I'll just be like, okay, cool. But when I know I'm not feeling it and he is, I'll try to pray like, Lord, help me, please, Jesus. We ask God to help with everything else, might as well ask him to help with this too. This is what we were created to do. We were created to have sex with our spouses and with our husbands, and to procreate and all that stuff, and you can't procreate without doing the do. So listen, that's God's will. And sex isn't just something that's done to procreate. It's designed for you to have fun with your spouse. It's a way to bring you two close to each other. And that's one of the things that kind of pushes me to keep working at getting better and more consistent and really pleasing my husband, is thinking of it not just as like a physical act or something that he's quote unquote begging for or whatever, but to think of it as a way to be closer to your spouse. The closest you can ever get to each other is during that time, because you're literally connected. And when you think about it like that, it's a little bit different. It makes it more meaningful. You're not just having sex, you're making love. And sometimes just changing your mindset on it can help as well, because you're thinking like, oh, I want to spend time with my husband. So that helps a lot too. What else? If I know, like, especially when my period is just ending, I know I haven't had sex in over a week, and I have a feeling it might hurt, I'll pop a couple Tylenols, and but like right before I know I'm about to go down, and go with that. Sometimes I take the garlic pills because garlic is supposed to be a libido booster. I haven't really been measuring the effectiveness of that. That's why it's at the end of the list. But it's supposed to help, and garlic has a lot of like health benefits anyway, so it's worth a try. Other than that, I can't really think of any other ones off the top of my head. Like I said, I just wanted to share with you all a few tips and tricks that I've picked up in my time being married. Like I said, this video is just as much for me as it is for you. If y'all got some tips, some of those old wives' tales, you can never go wrong with the old wives' tales, leave them below. Let me know. I'm gonna be reading like, ooh, look at these, those, especially those older women or women who've been married for longer. Go ahead, share your wisdom, girl. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that y'all like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget that God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Lord willing, I will see y'all next time.